Hey everybody, the following is an excerpt from the monthly Rahdo Roundup, and if you'd like to see the rest of the roundup, you can hit that eye up in the top right corner of the screen, or if you'd like to know more about the game, you can follow the link down in the show notes. And with that out of the way, let's talk about
Tales of Arthurian Knights. Now, this is a sequel game that came out, I want to say like 15, 20 years ago, called Tales of Arabian Nights. And this is a narrative adventure game where, well, in the original, we were, adventurers in, the titular, the Tales of the Arabian Nights, traveling all over Arabia, having all kinds of adventures, and rolling lots of dice to see if we could survive, leveling up, becoming, accursed or, blessed. All kinds of things happen to you. And, Tales of Arabian Nights, again, is incredibly well beloved because every turn you're going to decide, where am I going? What am I doing? I've got some kind of overarching quest, maybe multiple quests. Maybe I'm just exploring the world to see what happens. And you get where you're going, you check on a big table what might happen, and then your opponent around the table reads to you, right, here's the story bit, here's what you encounter, now decide how you're going to resolve it and roll some dice and see if you succeed. That was the original game, and it was wacky. It was out of control, it was incredibly random, it was ridiculously brutal and capricious, and often incredibly unfair. One player might get thrown in jail and spend half the game trying to break out while everybody else is running around having adventures. It was chaos incarnate. That was the original Tales of Arabian Nights, and a lot of people loved it for what it was. But it's now got a sequel set in, the time of Arthurian legend, and oh my gosh, it's so much better. It is improved by every single metric. It's less just random scattershot stuff. There's actually a few very smart systems that keep track of the passage of time so that when story events happen to you, they kind of make sense in an overall overarching evolution of the narrative arc. As, we start out, growing the influence of the Round Table, then we go searching for the Grail, then we deal with, the end of Camelot as we play through multiple ages, and it have, again, all kinds of interesting random narrative encounters that are read from this big, gorgeous, hardback book that's the size of a telephone book. There are thousands, or maybe there must be. I didn't actually count how many, but there must be thousands of different stories you can read in there. They're all beautifully written, very, very engaging. And once you go where you're going, you see what's going to happen, you got to make a decision and then roll some dice. But even the dice rolling everything about this game is so much better. It's not quite so unfair. Like, for the best example is, I roll the die, I fail, right? Too bad, so sad in the original game. But now, if I fail, whatever I was trying to do, chances are I will improve in that stat, or I'll get some kind of benefit so that I still feel like I didn't waste my time and I'm not falling behind other players who get lucky with their dice rolls. There are interesting results on successes and fails, and that's across the board. This is a huge improvement. I could list a dozen different ways that this game gets so much more engaging. You can make more informed decisions about, let's say it's a cat that's up a tree. Not that that's an Arthurian legend kind of problem to solve. And you say, well, okay, I could try to climb the tree, or I could, wait for help from a passerby, and I got to make that choice. And, the thing is, you could take informed guesses about how that might play out. Oh, I'll probably have to check my agility stat. There's not an agility stat, but there's like 8 different things that we have, and you're better in some stats than other. But what you don't know, you can never make perfectly informed guesses, even if it's really obvious like that. Oh, probably diplomacy if I wait for somebody to help me, but it's agility if I actually try to do it myself. Again, I'm making all this up. There is no agility. There is no cat in a tree. Oh, maybe there is. Maybe there's a Camelot cat somewhere in there. I don't know. But anyway, the important thing is often the when your opponent or teammate, because there's a co-op mode now and it's solo playable too, so there's another huge improvement. They take the book, they read the thing, they tell you, okay, you're going to do X or Y, but they don't give you any information. They don't tell you what stats are going to be checked. They also don't tell you if the actual state of the world will affect the outcome, because you can see each location you're at has a difficulty rating. maybe that will play in effect. Maybe it won't. Maybe the weather will come into effect. Maybe the time will come into effect. Maybe the type of person. But you can make informed decisions, then roll your die. And another thing I really like is the reader is not even supposed to tell you if you succeed or fail. They're just supposed to read the result. And so you get a nice extra little bit of drama. Oh, maybe I did succeed. And oh, surprise, halfway through, turns out you screwed up and you got a different result than you hoped for. But here's the reward you get for trying. Basically, you get participation trophies. And some people might balk at that. They might say, no, I want the hardcore, mean, brutal, unforgiving original game. I would say this game is much, much better in every way. Oh, another thing that's really great. There is a fixed amount of time the game is going to play. The original could just end. You never know. It might go on for hours and hours and hours. And so as people are trying to finish their personal life goals, or it just might end suddenly. Who knows? It was just random chaos. But now there you can play a medium, short, or long game. There's a fixed amount of time. You know how much time you have left as you're desperately trying to, make it over to France and, rescue the lost pilgrims or whatever it might be. And am I going to be able to make it over there in time? Everything about the game is superior. I can't imagine going back to Arabian Nights unless, again, you just like pure random chaos in your narrative storytelling. There's a certain charm to it, but it's so much better now. Now, all that said, it still comes in at number 14 of the month for me this month because at the end of the day, it is still a very, very lightweight game. There are interesting decisions to make, but this is more about the journey as opposed to the decisions we make along the way. It's a fun, engaging story, beautifully written, but I want a little more meat. I keep thinking, this is really great, but I want a Euro game bolted onto this, like, what Ryan Lockett does with Near and Far and games like that. This is all about the storytelling, and it's streamlined, it's smooth, it's beautiful. You can play it competitively, you can play it cooperatively. It's beautifully done. And if you love, swings of drama and narrative and funny stories and sad stories and all of that, you'll definitely want to check out Tales of Arthurian Knights. Oh my gosh, it is such an improvement. But okay.
And thanks for watching, folks. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. It makes a huge difference, believe me. But with that out of the way, if you'd like to see some more, over on the left, you can find a playlist of a whole bunch more Rahdo Rapid reviews. Up in the top right, there's the latest thing that's been added to the channel. And in the bottom right, you've got something YouTube recommends. Okay, folks, thanks for watching.